Now, we asked for mandamuses simply to return West Virginia to a constitutional form of government. We want these corporations shut down. We want the assets liquidated and returned to the real men with hands and legs. And we want the right honored that we have from our Creator to expatriate. We haven't asked for any monetary damages. It's not about money. We simply want the government returned to the original framers' intent. That is it. And so I'm going to go into the 1868 Expatriation Act.
Okay.
And simply just need the first line from it. And this was July 27th, 1868. Whereas the right of expatriation is a natural and inherent right of all people. So there it says it all. Well, you have the right to expatriate. They do not wish to honor it nowadays. I have expatriated. I have expatriated from the entire corporate structure of Earth. And I'd do it again. And they claim they own you, your children, your wives, your sons, your daughters, your grandchildren. And so far, no one's done anything about it. I'm not sure why. It's outrageous that they think they can own us and sell us, because the Federal Reserve, as the debtor, did own us at one time, supposedly. Now, this is an imaginary land. This is fiction, but they are the ones holding the guns. And so at some point, someone's going to have to stand up and say, stop. And so that's what we've done. If you check the complaint, there is 6 pages of judicial notice. It's all their code, case law, various documents and filings by them. It's not a single word from us.
I think they just saw the light.
Yeah, I think they did. I think they did. My portion of the complaint, in order to have standing here, because I'm not a citizen of their corporate system, was the fact that I was kidnapped 3 times now. All 3 times without a warrant. First time was no warrant at all. Second and third time were unlawful warrants, military warrants that were defective on their face. I was placed in solitary confinement for almost 5 months over this issue and was coerced into signing a plea agreement in order to come out and attempt to effectuate some change here. And so I am, as part of this complaint, seeking a complete accounting done of the trust account that I'm the executor and beneficiary of since 2013. And I'm asking that they post-settle and close the accounts, as should properly be done by the trustees, and to negate the charges, these commercial charges, out completely. And my documents, my law documents, have been incorporated into this complaint. And even when they're faced with defaults and dishonors, they don't care. They continue moving forward. They've ignored it all, as they're ignoring us now. So we are now looking towards the militias and the persons of America now for assistance in this matter, because they are completely silent on all things. We have given them first and second notice of default and dishonor in commerce, admiralty, equity, in law, at law, and otherwise. They've been given notice of silence as acquiescence. They've been given notice of unclean hands. And at this point, their default and dishonor can no longer be cured. And it's not about the adults anymore, because the adults should have taken care of this years ago. In 33, when we were declared enemies, the men, the real men with hands and legs at that time, should have strung these traitors up from lampposts. We've inherited this problem from our forefathers here. But I'm not going to allow it to be passed on to my children or your children. And so the 3 of us here, we need help. We need the assistance. We've proven it. Citizens' arrest can be made now. Multiple felonies. The felonies committed against me alone are enough for death. Felony kidnapping with a weapon is death. This is serious stuff. This is not lightweight stuff that they're doing, and they're doing it to millions of people a year for crimes that are not crimes. They're imaginary. It's because they're failing to do the accounting, and they're trying to get you to do the accounting, and when you try to do it, they won't honor it. So you're in a catch-22. It doesn't matter. And so we're making a plea here for all persons. Remember, the Bundy Ranch, he lost a federal court case. They were coming to seize his land and his property to pay off what was owed under a federal court case, and people came and defended him. Well, they're not trying to harm us other than stealing our money, our children, and our land. They're doing it to all of us here in West Virginia. They're doing it to all of you across this country, and yet no one's standing up. The militias, this Constitutional Sheriff's Association, so far no one's standing up. What good is your Second Amendment right if you don't have a place to keep your gun? It's not going to do you any good on the street. It's not going to give you shelter. It's not going to give you food. So all of these associations saying Second Amendment rights, what about the rest? We have unlimited rights granted to us from the Almighty Author of all at birth. You can't actually give them away. They can be stolen under threat, duress, guns, violence, force, militarized police, but they're still yours. You stood up for Bundy. Well, let's stand up now in West Virginia. The domino effect from that would be amazing. But it's time to stop this. This is out of hand at this point. And what is coming down the pike with the technology, if you thought it was bad now, it's a nightmare that's coming. And you haven't thwarted their plans with your little patriot movements. You're not stopping them. They're moving forward. You haven't altered it one bit. They're still moving forward. The Pope is coming here in September. He's going to the UN and Congress. He's going to be implementing a new world constitution, a world government, a world court. And this is more of the fiction. And if you think he's doing it for your benefit, well, I'm sorry to tell you, he's not your friend. Adolf Hitler would have dreamed of the technology they have and are using right now against us. I mean, he couldn't even imagine this. This is worse than Nazi Germany at this point. And they've followed the template quite well from the early 30s. It's a beautiful thing. These guys are not smart. They keep following the same plan. So if anybody had ever read history, they would already know what's happening and what's going to happen. They're going to start marking us. We'll be marked. I mean, there's red dots. There's yellow dots. They're already marking us for execution and who can be re-educated. These camps popping up all over the place are not for nothing. They're not for nothing. Government doesn't spend money like that to build these things and not use them. They're going to be used. It may be soon, maybe later. We're all real men with hands and legs here on earth. I mean, there actually are no countries. It doesn't matter. We're all real men. And so we should be helping each other. So those in the surrounding states, if you're near us, you're not a far drive. Hop in your car. Let's get this done. Coordinate with us. We'll assist you. We'll go with you. We're not scared to do it, but three of us, they'll execute us on sight. We can't do anything about it alone. We need as big a turnout as Bundy Ranch. And if I don't see it, I'm done with the law game. Y'all can have what's coming. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my life, what few days we may have left. We'll spend some time with family and friends. So this is my last offer to help and assist the people of America here. You better take it. You better take it, because it's not going to come again. I mean, we've got months at most before things start happening. And once it starts happening, it will be a snowball effect, and there will be no coming back. There will be no coming back. And you do not want a military dictatorship. And it's coming. It's coming.